Hey there, I'm Sean Collins, co-founder of Affiliate Summit, and I just have a quick little overview about Affiliate Summit. It's a first-timer's guide to going to the conference, and the purpose here is to try to help you to really optimize your time there. So let me just jump in here, and I won't take too much of your time. So an important thing here is the registration time, so you can go and pick up all of your stuff, your badge, your program, and everything. So I'd highly encourage you to go there early on Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Hilton New York. It's on the second floor, and you can just go there, and typically there are no lines at all, so it's a great time to go there and pick up your stuff. Otherwise, you can go on early in the morning, starting early in the morning on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, but just be aware that you're looking at some lines any given time while the conference is actually on, so you're way better off going there early if you have a chance to do that. And because certainly you can do some networking in the lines, but you can be a lot more productive if you're not stuck in a line. Another thing to do, which unfortunately, if you haven't done it already, it's really too late. But it's always a big key to actually stay in the conference hotel. In this case, the Hilton New York. We had a group rate that was out there for many months for $235 a night, and at this point, it's all gone. But a huge value there is that all the informal networking that happens just before, during, after the actual conference hours. A lot of people get there on Saturday and stay through Wednesday, even though the conference runs from Sunday to Tuesday. And so you'll see people in the bars, in the coffee shop, in the elevator, just all over the place. And it's just a great place to really get the most out of it by being right in the conference hotel. And also, it's nice to be able to just have the ability to run up on the elevator straight up, and if you have to go grab some things from your room or whatever, and the elevator rides right down into the conference area, so it's really very convenient. As far as the dress code, I'd say it's really whatever you're comfortable with. For me personally, I'll be wearing one of our staff t-shirts and a pair of shorts and probably a baseball cap. It's really, I guess, what you want to convey. If it feels important to you to really put forth some kind of professional look and feel, then that's cool. Or else if you want to just come there in jeans or shorts, it's really whatever you feel good about being in, but we sort of define it loosely as corporate casual, so hope that's helpful for you. One thing I would highly encourage you to do is to develop a game plan. So know before you come out to New York what you hope to accomplish during the conference. So figure out, just write this stuff down, who you want to meet, the booths and the tables you want to visit, and we've got the list of all the booths and tables, who's going to be at them, on our site at affiliatesummit.com. Just click on the tab for exhibitors, and so you're able to map that out, as well as the sessions that you should attend. So know this stuff in advance. You don't want to have to rush and figure this stuff out when you're actually on site. As far as what to bring, there are a handful of key things that I would definitely advise. One is to get some cough drops or gum, because you're going to be doing lots of talking, and if you're one of the people that likes to just grab a lot of giveaways, bring some extra luggage space. Some people are so ridiculous they bring a separate bag just for that, to bring back stuff, but that's a little bit excessive in my opinion. Lots of business cards, and I'll touch more on business cards in a bit, but I'd say you can't have too many business cards. You certainly can't have too few. If you go home with some, they don't take up a lot of space, and it's not a big deal, but if you find on the second day or the third day of the conference you're out of business cards, you're just losing opportunities there, so don't let that happen, especially when you can go to all these print places and get a bunch of cards. If you want to go sort of low end, you get them for $20 for a big bunch of them, so don't lose that opportunity. Also, if you're sort of phobic of getting sick, maybe bring some Purell along. You're gonna be shaking so many hands. I'm sort of maniac about just washing my hands a lot, but I don't feel like carrying the Purell, but it's up to you. And comfortable shoes. I know a lot of people like to look their best and have some nice fancy shoes on. I'll be there in sneakers, and I would advise wearing some kind of sensible thing, because if you're going to be on your feet for days and days, just wear something comfortable, unless you want to, if you're happy with having blisters, and that's cool. Lastly, have a 15-second description of your business ready so you can share it with people, and I'll get more into that in a bit too. So back to the business cards here. These are some of the ones that I've seen over time that had an impact on me that I bother to keep, and I walk home from a conference with probably hundreds of cards each given time, and so there's a challenge there to stick out and to be memorable. So I would suggest that you do something that's going to leave an impact. One thing that is sort of common with a lot of these cards here is, not all of them, but a lot of them, is that the people have their face on it, so it makes it easy to remember who it was that you met. and I like that a lot, and I would recommend that. And I guess certainly if you just don't have the means to do that, go with something basic. But if you can, I think it definitely has the positive impact that's going to be worthwhile for you. Also, pre-engage. So even though the conference is officially August 21st to the 23rd, it's never too early to start putting in some time and to get some activity going now. So just get involved now. There are a lot of people that are going to be there that have their own podcasts. So call in there or comment on their podcasts, as well as with blogs if they have blogs. If they're sending out newsletters and you're a subscriber, then by all means send some feedback back to them. And if they're active in one of the industry forums, then just reply there. Just get a rapport going. And same thing going with if they're on Twitter, Facebook, Google, just follow, circle, whatever the thing is for each given thing there, and just engage them. Just get involved so that you're actually like going into the conference with a relationship on some level with these people. So it sort of gives you an advantage. As far as what you're going to get when you check in, and like I said earlier, I advise you to check in on the Saturday night if you're going to be in town yet. But we're going to give you an attendee bag that has some giveaways from various companies, and also it's going to have the latest issue of FeedFront magazine, which you can see up there. And that has it doubles as both the conference guide with all of the speaker bios, session descriptions, the agenda, and everything, as well as a number of articles from folks in the industry. And if you don't subscribe to FeedFront, you can get a free free subscription in the mail if you have a U.S. address at feedfront.com. And basically the whole purpose here is for us to share information from the people that actually do this stuff. So all the people that write for this are people that are in the industry. They're not journalists that have to go research the stuff and oftentimes get it wrong. These are the people that are actually doing it and writing about it. And we have a rule that the articles have to be 500 words or less, so it's something you can really knock out quick reading. So anyway, read that. It's already available. If you go to feedfront.com, you can read it online right now. Otherwise, at the conference, you'll get a copy of it. And also, we'll have a separate printout. It's going to be the exhibitor guide, so it has our exhibit hall as well as our meat market, so you can see all of the exhibitors, and you can, if you wanted to just manually circle who you wanted to visit or what have you, that'll be an option for you there. So you'll have that stuff. As far as the educational sessions, I would encourage you to check out the agenda we have up there at affiliatesummit.com for the sessions you'd like to attend. And that's the most current place. Once in a while we have some last minute changes, but I'm always updating it there. So just go to affiliatesummit.com and click on agenda, and you can see what the latest things are. And we have some things that have been added in there based on feedback in the past. We have each of the sessions indicates if it's targeting a beginner, intermediate, or advanced audience, what type of people, what type of attendees it's for, and sort of a one-word like description and niche of what it's focusing on to try to give you a better grasp of whether or not it's the right session for you. And if you have a conflict and you can't make it to a given session, then don't worry at all, because the gold, platinum, and diamond pass holders will all get access to videos of all of these sessions. It takes us about a month or so to produce these, but we'll send you an email with access information so you can watch all these at a later date. So I would say never skip the chance to have a meeting with somebody you want to meet with in favor of a session, because you can always watch that session later on. Although I personally like to go to the sessions just because I oftentimes want to meet one of the speakers there, so you have a chance to get the FaceTime afterwards, and I'll touch on that again in a bit. Prepare for those networking opportunities. I've just listed a handful of the ones that you might want to take advantage of while you're in New York City. One is the meat market. That's a picture up top there of it. And if you haven't been to, well, I guess obviously if you're here at the First Timers thing, you haven't been to Affiliate Summit. The meat market is basically sort of a hybrid of like a typical trade show and maybe a job fair, where instead of the booths, we have a series of tables there. So you get to get there and like a bunch of one-on-one time with the people that are at the companies and have some nice chats. And it goes on for 6 hours on the Sunday of the conference. It's a chance to just meet with tons of people and just get things done, make deals, learn, just have a good time. And then next up on the Monday and Tuesday is the exhibit hall, which is the more traditional sort of trade show experience, where we've got these big booths and people have multiple representatives from their companies there. So both of those are places where you can we have, between the meat market and the exhibit hall, we have hundreds of companies being represented. So it's a place where you can just meet so many companies all in one shot there. And then the meals, you're going to be there for multiple days, so a chance to to meet with a lot of different people and to eat with them. There's a good book I'd recommend by a guy named Keith Ferrazzi called Never Eat Alone, and it just focuses on the fact like you're in there, you're at Affiliate Summit for a finite time, so make the most of it. Don't sit in your room and get room service. Always eat with somebody. You never know if it's going to be a potential future partner or you're going to learn something from them. There's always something to be gained, so don't go squirrel away in your room. Also, Ask the Experts. It's a sort of a different kind of speaking session. We do that where we have about 8 or 9 or so different experts on different topics, and they sit at tables. They're literally roundtable discussions where these are all going on in the same room, and you can go and you can pick. We have a list on the agenda of what the people are, who they are, and what they're covering. So you can go there and just chat with them. It's just an unscripted, open Q&A kind of thing where you can just talk about whatever the issue is. So that's a great way to meet a lot of folks. And then before and after the sessions, you have, like I mentioned previously, you get the speakers. Oftentimes, you can see if you go to click on speakers on our site at affiliatesummit.com, you can see all the different speakers that are going to be there. So obviously, if they're speaking during a given time, you have a chance to try to chat with them before or after their session. And then on the Monday evening, we have an affiliate karaoke thing. It's sort of an alternative if you don't want to go to the big club parties. And basically, it's just sort of a laid-back thing right inside the Hilton. And that's where if you want to get up there and potentially embarrass yourself, we'll probably be filming it. You can go sing, and just a good time to just sort of, like, the barriers come down. You can just be goofy and meet some people. And then next up, just all of the other parties. We have there are a lot of parties that we'll be putting out a list on our blog at affiliatesummit.com/blog of all the people that submit their party details to us, and we'll be updating that so you can see which different opportunities are out there on the evening so you can meet with these folks. Let me see what's next here. Cell phones, I would encourage you to leave them on, but to set them to vibrate, because we're going to be having an opportunity to submit feedback during sessions with your cell phones. Also, if you want to tweet as you're there at the conference, certainly want you to do that, but don't have the phone ringing and have discussions while you're in the middle of the conference. That's just plain rude. Name badges, we designed these to try to help you. They're color-coded for each type of attendee. So when you're going there, like for instance, you see these two guys here, they're affiliates, and if you can read it on their badges there's a little band in the bottom that's purple, and it says affiliate. So we have different types, different colors for each different type of attendee, so you can sort of see across the room if somebody is the type of attendee you want to meet with, so you don't have to waste your time walking over there, which it's certainly nice just to chat up any of the strangers there, but if you want to really optimize your time, you have that color coding system. Also, we've got our forum. If you go to forum.affiliatesummit.com, it's a chance, another place where you can sort of, as I mentioned earlier, with the pre-engaging, a lot of leaders in the industry are in there. Just you can ask questions, just speak with people, or sort of exchange with people on the forum there. But it's a great place if you just have general questions, you want to just get them answered, but also if you just want to sort of interact with the people that are on there. It's just a great opportunity to sort of get your name out there and to start interfacing with people. Also, I'd highly recommend that you check out our interactive schedule, and that is at asc11.sched, I guess sched, sort of like schedule.sched.org. So you go there, and what you can do is actually just pick out all of the different events that you plan on attending during the conference, and then it'll give you a unique URL. You can share it on Facebook and Twitter and all these different places. You can import it into your own calendar system, so you can have it on your phone, but also it's a social thing where people can see which things you're attending. You can see what they're attending, so you can just know if you want to attend a certain thing because you want to meet a person as well as see that topic covered. So it's a cool tool. Definitely take advantage of it. This is sort of, I guess, things we learned in kindergarten kind of thing, but make friends. Plan to meet people that you know already from forums, Twitter, whatever the different things are if you've been going to the meetups, and just just suggest meetings with people that you know just strictly from forums and blogs, whether it's just a coffee or planning to meet before you go into the meat market or whatever, just so you have somebody to go with. And it's easier to meet people when you're with people instead of being solo, so definitely I would recommend that. I mentioned earlier about having like a 15-second description of your company, so that's your elevator speech, and basically it's just a very quick, brief description of what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish, just so, because you're going to see a lot of people, and people are pressed for time. Oftentimes they're running somewhere else, so just to have this ready so you can tell people, so you can just determine really quick whether or not you guys are a good fit for each other. and then you can exchange business cards and have a longer discussion later on. But it's a great way just to, because if you don't have that ready, people are just going to blow by you. So just be ready to share that kind of information. And do your homework. So if you want to meet a certain speaker, like I've mentioned in the past, go and read their bio on our site and get to know who they are, what they do. And also, if you're looking for just somebody from a certain company, oftentimes, at least for the executives, they'll have in the recent news about us. Sometimes they'll have the bios for those people from the companies. So just have that. They're good conversation starters, as well as just knowing who you want to meet. It gives you a better opportunity to get insight on these companies and know whether or not they make sense for you to deal with. And be memorable. Like, for instance, here in the picture, you get this guy from theperfectdesign.com. He's wearing this superhero outfit. And people are going to remember that. It might be a little cheesy and goofy, but it has an impact. And so and it can be as simple also as just get a custom T-shirt that has some kind of phrase on it, your URL, a QR code, just something that has an impact instead of just having a golf shirt that nobody's going to remember. Also, just have some opening lines. Like, this is, I guess, sort of basic stuff for some people, but just have something to say. Don't just stand there like a goof. And certainly it'll enhance your standing at the conference if you have some kind of presence there. So it's too late to get a table or a booth. These opportunities are all filled up, but there are some other sponsorships that are typically available towards the end or for future conferences. So when you do that, like one thing I like to do, I not only am I one of the organizers of Affiliate Summit, but I also attend a lot of conferences and I'll get booths there. I love to have a home base where people can find me and meet with me. So that's something that I do and recommend. So. And take that for what it's worth. Certainly I have a horse in the game here. Big thing also is to orient yourself. So we've got inside Feedfront magazine, we have a map of the sort of lay of the land of the Hilton New York. So just because sometimes when you get there it's a little bit overwhelming. It's a big hotel, it's hard to find some rooms, so you can use that and you can know where the different locations are so you can find them easily. And I'll keep drumming this into you. Register when you arrive at the hotel on Saturday between 4 and 8 p.m. on the second floor of the Hilton New York. And like I was saying about the maps there, look through Feedfront magazine. You can see it's on the very last page in there. And you can see which rooms are where, so you don't have to waste time and be confused. We'll have signage as well, but just make it as easy as possible on yourself. And that way you don't have to waste time and run around in circles, because that's just a horrible thing. Twitter, we're going to have the hashtag. It's already been quite active for a while now, but it's the hash mark ASE11. So if you just keep a search for that, if you have TweetDeck open on your computer during the conference or whatever you're doing on your phone or anything, you'll be able to see what people are talking about if they're raving or saying a certain session is horrible, talking about like maybe some informal gatherings at different places. It's a great way to know where people are going, and it gives you a chance to just sort of, like, if you want to meet with some certain people, or if you have nobody to meet with, you just want to find a group, it's a great way to see where people are and just sort of make your way into it. And also another use for Twitter is we have a list on Twitter that you can follow, and it's all of the speakers who have a Twitter presence. So if you just go to twitter.com/affiliate summit/ASE11-speakers, you can go follow this list. You can also do just a couple clicks if you just go to twitter.com/affiliate summit. But this way you can see what everybody who's a speaker, what they're talking about, where they're going to be. So it's a great way to keep on top of what they're doing. And more basics here, the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. So we're going to have, it looks like we're going to have 4,000-ish people there. It's way more people than you can possibly meet in 3 days. So just optimize it, meet as many people as you can, and keep it simple, keep it short. So go in there and just have a short conversation now, and then you're going to follow up after the conference, and where you have the big long conversation. Or in some cases you'll have a chance to speak with somebody for 15 minutes or a half hour, but just have that sort of pre-meeting with these people as much as possible, and many people as possible during the conference. And follow up. This is something that a lot of people fail to do, and it blows my mind. You spend this money to fly out there, the hotels, the conference and everything. You meet these people, and then you don't even follow up with them. What is that? But I see it happen over and over again. I see so few people that do this right, and I would recommend hugely that you go, when you get back, don't, even phone calls, it's personal, but it's sort of annoying to a lot of people. And email, don't do a mail merge. That's a great way just to get added to the spam filter. And certainly, if you just somehow get people's business cards, if you and your friends share them, don't send one of these emails that say that I met you and let's have another conversation when you didn't meet this person. When I get those emails, it really pisses me off, and I have no interest in doing business with a person that tries to cheat like that when we never actually met. But people that you do meet, follow it up with a handwritten note, because nobody does that. It's sort of old-fashioned and it's time-consuming, but it has an impact. So think about that. If you have questions while you're in New York City, go to the registration booth. The people there can help you. And also, we'll have a slew of staff members all over the place. They'll have these shirts that I'm showing you here. They're black and they say staff on the back in big letters and ClickBank under that. On the front, got the little Affiliate Summit logo, and then a big red and yellow Thesis for WordPress logo. So any questions, search out a person that has that. They should be roaming around the exhibit hall and the meat market, as well as in all the sessions and everything. So if they can't help you, there's always the registration desk, and you can always reach me personally if you send either an email to me at Shawn, SHAWN, @affiliatesummit.com, or if you do an @ reply to me on Twitter at affiliate tip if you need to reach me for whatever reason. And same goes with my partner in this, Missy Ward. You can reach her at Missy Ward on Twitter and Missy Ward at affiliatesummit.com. Feedback. For sessions you go into, it's vitally important that you share the things that you think about that given session. So tell us the good, the bad, and the ugly, and because otherwise we have no way of knowing which speakers you love and hate, and we need to know this stuff. So let us know what you like and dislike. So many different advances we've made with the conference over the last 8 years have been based on our feedback, and we love to get rid of things that don't work and to enhance things that do. So please let us know. In case I don't meet you, this is my business card, so you can see my Twitter name that I just mentioned on there, as well as my email address. And feel free to reach out to me. Door's always open. And if you have any questions, this email address here, realdeal@affiliatesummit.com, it goes to not only myself, but my partner Missy Ward and Amy Rodriguez, who works with us at Affiliate Summit. So you can reach all of us in one shot with that. And don't add that to your list of people to spam, because that wouldn't be cool. If you need to reach us by phone, 417-2-SUMMIT, 417-278-6648, and you can find us on Twitter, twitter.com/affiliatesummit, as well as facebook.com/affiliatesummit.